She occasionally stops for snacks. Locals know her and greet her on the cobbled paths. And for those new to the sight of a white horse roaming freely around town, Jenny wears a sign on her harness reading, "My name is Jenny. I didn't run away. I'm just going for a walk. Thank you." You're welcome, Jenny. Enjoy your walk.
And that's this week's edition of the News Hounds Now Update.
Back here on Monday. News Street Now at 5 starts right now.
Right now at 5-3, Verona High School students are facing charges after fights at the school yesterday. We will bring you the very latest.
How law enforcement across the state is honoring 2 officers lost in the line of duty.
From the Channel3000.com Alert Center, this is News 3 Now at 5.
And thanks for staying with News 3 Now. We have new information from Verona Police as 3 students who were arrested yesterday are facing charges ranging from disorderly conduct to battery, resisting arrest, and making threats to an officer.
The students arrested are 15 and 16 years old. Our Jamie Perez spoke with students about what happened and how those fights escalated. She joins us now outside Verona High School with what students are saying. Jamie?
Well, the student that I spoke with today said he's never seen anything like this happen at this school before. Now, because of those fights, there was an increased police presence here on campus to kind of monitor the situation and make sure that nothing else escalated today. But take a look at this video showing the fights from yesterday. This is what students were seeing as those fights escalated. After these fights broke out, the principal sent out an email to parents letting them know what happened. But students say the information that was shared with their families left out a lot of details. According to the press release that Verona Police said about this, there were details about a student who was injured as a result of the fight and needed medical attention. Several parents came into the school and yelled at and threatened staff. The police school liaison was physically restraining a student who was fighting the officer, making it hard for him to call for backup over his radio. A student was arrested after punching an officer in the face. A student flipped over a table and was arrested, and a staff member needed medical attention after being injured in the fight. Now, because of the fights yesterday plus threats that would continue today, one student told me that a lot of kids did not show up.
Usually the lunchroom is packed, but today, in the lunchroom, there was like nobody. It was like a ghost town.
All the students involved in the fight have been suspended, as well as those who have been perpetuating threats of fights on social media. Neither the school district nor police were available to give any further statement on this today, but they did tell me that as their investigation continues, they do expect additional charges to be filed.
Jamie Perez live in Verona. Jamie, thank you.
An investigation is underway in Dodge County after a fatal crash. Deputies were called to the intersection of Hochheim Road and Freedom Road in the township of Theresa yesterday. Investigators say a car failed to stop at the intersection and then hit a pickup truck. Police say the 19-year-old male driver of the car was taken to an area hospital. A 19-year-old male passenger in the car was pronounced dead at the scene, and 2 other passengers were taken to the hospital. The driver of the pickup was also taken to the hospital. The Dodge County Sheriff's Office says alcohol did not play a role in that crash.
A suspect in the shooting death of a 16-year-old Kenosha girl was taken into custody this morning. 15-year-old Martise Fuller was arrested. Police had been looking for Fuller since last night when 16-year-old Kaylee Yuga and her mother were both shot. Kaylee later died. Her mother is expected to survive.
Police say a Monroe man hit a tree after falling asleep behind the wheel. Greene County deputies responded to the crash in the West 2800 block of State Highway 59 in the town of Sylvester around 4:30 yesterday morning. Deputies say 26-year-old Jordan Petrie fell asleep, overcorrected, then lost control and went into a ditch before hitting the tree. Deputies say Petrie was wearing his seatbelt and did report some injuries. He was taken to a hospital for further evaluation and also cited for inattentive driving.
Police are also asking for the public's help in investigating a burglary at an East Madison business. According to the report, the man is suspected of taking items while inside a Robertson Road building at about 1:30 Sunday morning. Madison police say the burglary crimes unit has released 2 black and white surveillance images of the man, and they ask anyone who recognizes him to contact police or Madison area Crime Stoppers.
We had some sunshine out there today, and for more on your First Alert weather and this very important weekend, we turn to meteorologist Dave Caulfield on the backyard patio. Dave?
Well, Eric, we definitely want the nice weather to stick around as long as possible for Mother's Day weekend, although we do have a few chances for showers to talk about over the next 48 hours or so, but we didn't see any showers today. A welcome change across southern Wisconsin. Visible cloud track showing the clouds building in throughout the late morning and early afternoon hours, but they're fair weather clouds, so no rain's going to fall from those. Doppler track is quiet outside across southern Wisconsin. I expect it to remain that way into this evening. Live look in Madison, still plenty of sunshine to go around. It's beautiful outside on the WISC-TV Skycam. Right now, those temperatures at 57 degrees in Madison. Northwest wind at 6 miles per hour, so that wind not too bad. It just feels pleasant outside as you step out the door this evening. It should remain that way as well. Some other temperatures, 56 in Watertown, 59 in Janesville, still in the 60s back closer to southwestern Wisconsin, Platteville, Prairie du Chien, and Boscobel, all in the lower 60s. That is way warmer compared to yesterday at this time. 10 to 15 degrees warmer, in fact, for many of our friends across southwestern Wisconsin. So your day planner for the next couple of hours, I expect these pleasant conditions to stick around as temperatures dip through the 50s. We should be a little bit on the cool side as we head into tonight and the overnight hours as well. So we'll take a hour-by-hour look at rain chances as we head into Saturday and Mother's Day on Sunday, and your first alert forecast in just a few minutes.
All right, thank you, Dave. A Portage man is in custody following a several months-long drug investigation. Deputies executed a search warrant in the 200 block of West Howard Street in Portage, where they say they found a large quantity of drug paraphernalia and materials used to package heroin, marijuana, and meth. Deputies say 31-year-old Eric Scherriger is in custody and facing multiple charges. Officials also removed 4 dogs, 1 cat, and 1 snake from the residence.
2 names have been added to the law enforcement memorial at the Wisconsin State Capitol.
Both were Milwaukee police officers who died while serving their community. Our Amanda Quintana is here with more on the annual ceremony. Amanda?
Yes, well, officers from across the state come to Madison for this service each year. Today, honoring 2 of their brothers in blue, remembering who they were and the impact they made on the ones they love. It starts with a procession to the Capitol, followed by a ceremony, including a traditional salute, taps, and a wreath presentation. Then names of the officers who died in the line of duty are officially added to the memorial. Officer Charles Irvine Jr. was killed in a car crash while pursuing another vehicle back in June. And in July, Officer Michael Mahalski was shot by a wanted suspect. With the addition of their names, this brings the total amount of names to 279. The keynote speaker says while many police in attendance feel anger or heartache, they also feel a sense of pride and respect.
With all that grief and sadness and unanswered questions, there needs to be a positive recognition of the lives lost, celebrating their mission, the lives that they have saved over the years, the difference they made.
Next year, another Milwaukee police officer's name will be added to the memorial, Matthew Rittner, who was shot to death this February. Governor Evers and Attorney General Josh Kaul were also there to pay tribute to those officers today. This was the 29th annual ceremony honoring Wisconsin law enforcement killed in the line of duty. It also celebrates the beginning of National Police Week, which begins officially on Sunday.
Amanda, thank you.
Second round of the Big Ten softball tournament from Bloomington, Indiana. The Badgers facing Ohio State and Wisconsin got off to a quick start, scoring 4 times in the first inning. They took care of the Buckeyes 10-1 in 6 innings. The Badgers now move on to play the top seed, Michigan, tomorrow in the semifinals. Whoever wins the Big Ten tournament will automatically qualify for the NCAA tournament.
It is commencement weekend on the UW campus, and that means you'll need to plan some extra time if you're driving downtown. Tonight at 5:30 is the ceremony for doctoral students at the Kohl Center. A reminder that Dayton Street is closed due to construction between Charter and Park Streets through the weekend. And then tomorrow is the big party at Camp Randall. If you're attending graduation, we have information about parking and free shuttle services on our website, channel3000.com. And congratulations to all. Wingra Boats and Brittingham Boats are set to open outdoor water rental facilities for the season tomorrow. The 2 boat rental spots will be open Saturday and Sunday, and on May 18th and 19th in anticipation of opening daily starting May 25th. Marshall Boats will open for the first day on May 25th as well. Madison Boats allow stand-up paddleboards, canoes, kayaks, paddle boat, rowboats, and water mat rentals.
So we did have a lot of issues last year with the lakes flooding, with the water really high and some algae blooms. I would say absolutely take advantage whenever you get a good day. Get out there on the lakes. We never know exactly how many good days we're going to have in the summer to get out here.
During the opening weekends, Wingra Boats and Brittingham Boats will be open from 10 to 4. But once all boathouses are open, the hours will be 8:30 a.m. to 8 p.m. every day.
We are sharing the stories of women you'll see in this year's More Than Pink Walk all month long in our series, Why We Walk.
It's a walk of a different kind that propelled one DeForest woman through her breast cancer fight. Our Christina Laurie shares her story.
Wanda Glubka, a single mom from DeForest, has always been a survivor. She hasn't had any other choice.
I am mom and dad, and they don't have anyone else.
Her kids are her rock.
Oh, we have the best relationship.
And the reason she's alive today.
We're going to be open and honest and tell each other everything, and that's exactly what we do.
It was Wanda's daughter, Michelle, a nurse, who told her mom to go see a doctor after she found a lump on her breast 2 years ago.
I knew all of the possibilities that could happen.
After several tests, a mammogram, and a biopsy, Wanda received her diagnosis. She immediately called Michelle.
I felt like my entire world just came crashing down.
Stage 2 invasive ductile carcinoma, breast cancer. Doctors found 2 masses in Wanda's left breast.
I was supposed to be there to support her, and I kind of just like collapsed into her arms.
A devastating diagnosis, becoming even more emotional as Michelle was planning her wedding.
In a little over a year from when she was diagnosed, she was to walk me down the aisle.
So that became Wanda's goal, and a blessing in disguise.
I said God would not take me before I could walk my baby down the aisle, which is exactly what I did.
Doctors moved swiftly, performing a mastectomy. 1 month after her first scan, Wanda was cancer-free and ready for that walk.
It was the best day of our lives.
Breast cancer didn't stand a chance against Wanda.
It's probably brought us closer together.
But it helped put things into perspective.
Life's short. Life is short.
It made Wanda a bit more adventurous, too.
And I had never had a tattoo, and I just was like, well, gonna do it.
She got a single word over her heart.
It says survivor.
For News 3 Now, I'm Christina Laurie.
Wanda's next goal is another walk, and this time Michelle will be by her side. Wanda will join other breast cancer survivors, fighters, and thrivers at the Susan G. Komen More Than Pink Walk. It's on June 8th. If you'd like to donate to Komen or Wanda's team, we have links to both on how you can do that on our website, channel3000.com.
And there's more to come on News 3 Now. At 5 up next, new tariffs escalate trade tensions with China. We will have the very latest on the negotiations.
A multi-billion-dollar relief bill passes the House. Why Puerto Rico is at the center of the funding debate.
And closing the week on Wall Street with some gains. The Dow up 114. The Nasdaq adds a half dozen. The S&P jumps more than 10. We'll be right back. A top House Democrat has issued subpoenas for 6 years of President Trump's tax returns.
Ways and Means Committee Chairman Richard Neal issued the subpoenas this afternoon, days after Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin refused to comply with demands to turn over the president's returns. Mnuchin told the panel he wouldn't provide Trump's tax records because the panel's request lacks a legitimate legislative purpose. Neal is giving Mnuchin and IRS Commissioner Charles Rettig a deadline of next Friday to deliver them.
The U.S.-China trade war is continuing to escalate. The Chinese trade delegation left their hotel today after talks with the U.S. wrapped up without a new deal. Overnight, the U.S. raised tariffs on $200 billion worth of Chinese-made products from 10% to 25%. If no deal can be made, then President Trump says he is prepared to put a 25% tariff on another $325 billion worth of Chinese-made goods. China says it will respond, and higher tariffs on U.S. goods are likely. While Beijing has yet to announce which products it will target, U.S. farmers could be hit hard.
A lot of guys that, you know, their brokers have been telling them to hang on, and this thing's going to get better when the deal gets done.
Trump administration is working on a plan to help farmers. Ag Secretary Sonny Perdue tweeted, President Trump is, quote, steadfast in his support for U.S. farmers and directed the USDA to work on a plan quickly. The president loves his farmers and will not let them down.
The House has passed a $19 billion disaster aid bill that would deliver long-sought relief to farmers, victims of hurricanes and floods, and rebuild southern military bases. Today's measure passed by a 257 to 150 vote over the opposition of most Republicans, who said it should include the Trump administration's $4.5 billion request for humanitarian aid and border enforcement. Aid to Puerto Rico was a major sticking point. About $600 million will fund a nutrition program for the island, which is still recovering almost 20 months after Hurricane Maria.
It is un-American to deny nutrition assistance to American citizens living in Puerto Rico, particularly children. That is immoral, and we should be ashamed.
We gave Puerto Rico $91 billion for the hurricane. That's the largest amount of money ever given to any state.
The bill also gives money to the federal flood insurance program through September.
All right, a little pressure on Dave Caulfield. He's got a new mom in the house. He's got a new mom in the house, so he needs a really good forecast on Sunday, Dave.
Well, I'm trying. I really am. I'm trying to keep the rain out of our neck of the woods for the next couple of days. I give Amanda a nice weekend, and all the moms out there a nice weekend. However, we may need to keep that umbrella with us over the next couple of days. Some slight shower chances coming our way. Today, though, we had a very nice day. We saw the sunshine and just some fair weather clouds throughout the day building in. We could see that on visible cloud track, but really, we've been dealing with a beautiful day across southern Wisconsin. You can see those clouds coming into the picture on our time-lapse of the Edgewater Skycam. Still plenty of sunshine to go around, and not only is it Mother's Day weekend, but it's graduation weekend. So lots of folks in town over the next couple of days. Today's high, 59 degrees, so about 5 degrees below normal for this time of year, but still, with that sunshine making a huge difference, it felt pretty nice outside. We started off the day in the upper 30s. I think we could dip into the upper 30s once again as we head into tonight. So temperatures right now still in the upper 50s in Madison, mid 50s in Watertown. We're still at 60 degrees in Plantville, 62 in Boscoville, and 63 the warm spot in Mineral Point. Wind speeds haven't been that bad today. Out of the north and west at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. We can definitely deal with that on a day like today with the sunshine. Just a really pleasant day overall. I do think that it will be pleasant at times for tomorrow, but some of us may have to dodge some raindrops, and Doppler track could be a little bit more active over the next couple of days. And let me show you why. So we have two systems in play, one off to our south and west, well off to our south and west at that, but this system will continue to track to the north and east, could provide some spots, especially south and west, or I should say just west of Madison, with a couple of showers tomorrow. And then our second system, we could see it providing some thunderstorms to southern Canada, moving into Montana. That could bring us the shower chances for Mother's Day. And we've known over the past week and a half or so, starting May, that we've just had rain after rain after rain. So anytime that we can get the sunshine and dry weather like we did today, we'll definitely take it. We're about 3/4 of an inch of rain ahead of schedule. So for Mother's Day, by the way, happy Mother's Day. We have some of our pictures with Mom for our News 3 Now weather team here. Chris and his mom, my mom, and myself there. Dana and her mom, and Hattie and her mom over there. Temperatures in the upper 50s. Again, I can't rule out a chance of a few showers for moms everywhere. Well, specifically in southern Wisconsin as we head into Sunday. So tonight, temps in the upper 30s, partly cloudy, a little bit on the cool side. We'll take a look on future track as we head into tomorrow, especially west of Madison. A couple of those showers could break out really quick and shouldn't really be a big deal for many of us. As we head into Sunday, though, that second system comes into play. Our latest forecast model trends have been holding this thing in Iowa for a lot of the morning and afternoon. So that's good news. I'm really trying here, folks. I really am. But still, have that umbrella ready to go. Kind of Harry Potter wands at the ready moment as we head into Sunday, because a couple of those showers may try and sneak through at times. Your 10-day forecast showing dry weather on the way for Monday, and then Tuesday and Wednesday, some more showers and storms come our way. Could be a stormy and rainy weekend, and as we head into the start of next week as well. So we'll keep an eye on that. Here's your first alert traffic update, taking a live look at Rimrock Road and the Beltline. We are noticing that normal slow go, especially eastbound at that point on the Beltline. Average speeds right around 15 miles per hour on the Beltline. Stoughton Road not looking too bad, but there are some slowdowns as we get a little bit closer to Verona Road. Here are some drive times. Westbound John Nolan to Verona Road, it's a little bit slow at 9 minutes, an average speed of around 30 miles per hour. Some other routes in and around Madison. Eastbound University Ave to the interstate, that'll cost you about 35 minutes, so that's running a little bit behind schedule with an average speed of around 25 miles per hour. And that is your first alert traffic update.
All right, Dave, thank you.
Thanks, Dave. Ahead on News 3 Now at 5, the future of transportation, how hover bikes could change the way we get around. I can see Susan coming to work on one of these already.
Yeah.
The story after a short break. More and more drones are being used in our everyday lives.
Now, some companies are developing drone-based vehicles. Chris Martinez shows us the machines that could change the way we get around.
Skimming just above the ground, police in Dubai are training on their newest ride, a drone-based vehicle called a hover bike.
So this is the most recent bike.
Joseph Segura Khan is with HoverSurf, the company behind the flying bikes. He showed us their newest prototype, this handmade carbon fiber machine.
So you step on here, you grab on.
That uses toggles to control its direction.
This one adjusts the altitude.
At 250 pounds, it's capable of flying up to 15 feet high at speeds up to 60 miles per hour. And because it's classified as an ultralight aircraft, you don't need a pilot's license to fly it.
You envision this being used every day. How?
So to start, we envision it only for police officers, search and rescue, military, things like that. We really want it to be geared towards helping someone. Any situation where you need to get to someone right away.
HoverSurf isn't the only company developing drone vehicles. The California-based Kitty Hawk Corporation is now taking pre-orders for its one-person electric flying vehicle called the Flyer. And Tactical Robotics, based in Israel, is currently testing their autonomous air ambulance called the Cormorant. With the first of their vehicles already being delivered to customers, HoverSurf is now looking ahead to something bigger. These concept drawings reveal the company's planned hover cars.
We envision you actually being able to take our vehicles in 2-seaters, 3-seaters, 4-seaters, and more as public transportation.
They believe their flying vehicles could take customers for a ride within the next decade. Chris Martinez, CBS News, Watsonville, California.
Now, HoverSurf's vehicle doesn't come cheap. The hover bike is priced at around $150,000.
Makes a great gift for Mother's Day. Another check of weather when we return. Stay with us.
Here's a look at some of the stories we are working on tonight. The trade war intensifies between the U.S. and China, how this impacts all Americans. Dr. John LaPook has a look at some promising advances in fighting pancreatic cancer and perfect attendance for a purpose every year. Steve Hartman is on the road tonight on the CBS Evening News.
And the weekend off to a beautiful start.
Yeah, it's gorgeous outside. This evening will be really, really nice with temperatures in the 50s and 40s. Tomorrow should be pretty nice as well with highs in the low 60s. Can't rule out maybe a few sprinkles, a shower or two west of Madison tomorrow, and then could be some more showers just in time for Mother's Day.
All right, Susan, happy Mother's Day.
Thank
My last
you.
show with you before Sunday, and to all those moms out there. We'll be back at 6.